more declarations by members-elect of the House of Representatives. That was Honorable John Deere of Benue State declaring his intention to seek the office of Speakership. Now, how this is going to play out remains to be seen, because we understand that there was a meeting by the, is it a dinner held by the President, hosted by the President for members-elect of the House of Representatives. Well, maybe they will tell us, maybe they won't tell us, we don't know. But I have with me in the studio this morning Honorable Chike Okafor, who is a member of the All Progressives Congress, and he was present at that dinner. We also know that some people are agitating that the speakership should be zoned to the southeast. He will tell us all about it. And I also have with me in the studio Honorable Hafiz Ibrahim, who is a member of the APC in Kano State. Gentlemen, you're welcome to Sunrise Daily.
Thank you very much.
Let me ask you very pointedly, Honorable Okafor, are you running for Speakership of the House of Representatives?
I would say yes. I had declared to run for that position before the dinner we had with the President and before the formal position of the party was made clear and known to us. I had declared a couple of hours, and I actually had written to the national chairman and the members of the National Working Committee of the party, letting them know of my intention to run for the position of Speaker of the Night Assembly.
When did you declare?
I declared on Monday, and then the dinner was the next day.
That's Tuesday?
Yes.
Okay.
It's been in the news. I'm surprised you don't know about it.
Well, I did not catch that.
But I actually had written to my party.
Declaration.
I wrote to my party on Thursday, the previous week.
Okay.
Last week, yes.
Okay. So did you get any response from your party?
Well, I wasn't expecting a response. I was only notifying the party. It's just natural that you let the party know, because it's a party position. You're not running for, it's not a general election. It's the position of a presiding officer of the parliament. It's the position of the ruling party that has formed the majority in the chamber. So it's just natural that you let them know of your intention, to present yourself to your colleagues when the night assembly will be inaugurated. I think I had to do that, before we had the dinner with the President. And then the national chairman spoke to us and made us know the way their mind is working.
Well, you are a second-timer in the House of Representatives.
Yes.
Honorable Ibrahim, you are a first-timer. This is your first time going to the National Assembly. So far, so good. Have you been overwhelmed with this politics of the emergence of a speaker for the House you're going to be sitting in?
Well, definitely, when you come to a new setting, even though you don't have that much experience about the practical work of the National Assembly, when you see things playing out, you definitely be overwhelmed, and as expected, it definitely, because it is the norms and values of a democratic setting, people will come out to vie for the position of the presiding officer at the House of Representatives. But to me, the party has spoken, and the party has given us a clear direction of what to follow and what to do. Because when we came in, most of the members, in particular new members, we promised ourselves that the party supremacy is number one, and we will all be loyal to the party as long as the party has given us people or somebody we think is capable and we think is competent to handle the affairs of the Ninth Assembly in the House of Representatives.
You said so far the party has given you somebody. So, I mean, what we usually understand is that the party will zone it to a particular area and members are supposed to pick.
Yes.
Has the party narrowed down to one person?
Yes, the party has zoned to the Southwest. And in the Southwest, definitely, as far as I know, is one person. That's Honorable Femi Bajabiamila, and which the party chairman told us that the party has zoned to Southwest and it has narrowed down to Honorable Femi Bajabiamila.
Honorable Okafor. I was going to say Honorable Chike.
That's my name. Chike is my first name.
So 2 days ago, we played host to two. Well, one of them was a member of the House of Representatives, and the other was somebody from your campaign group, someone who was lobbying.
From my campaign group or from the Southeast?
From the Southeast, who was lobbying members on your behalf you know, that the speakership should come to the Southeast. So far, so good. I mean, some of the members say that they haven't seen your declaration and they haven't even heard of your declaration. But, you know, so far, so good. We now understand now, and he's also confirming that the party has zoned to the Southwest, and not just the Southwest, but has also narrowed down to one person. Are you going to be following the party position?
I would love to follow the party's position because I also like to be a good party man. Mm-hmm. But I also share the sentiments and position of quite a number of members of the current 8th Assembly going into the 9th Assembly that the party could have done it differently. The national chairman was talking about not making the mistakes of 2015, but I'm afraid I'm also watching a party also making the same mistake that was made in 2015 when the party took a position and didn't just zone to a particular geopolitical zone, but micro-zone to a particular candidate, not only in the House of Representatives, but in the two chambers. And we know the outcome. We can remember how that all played out. And the worry, the fear we have is that we are seeing our party making the same mistakes, and we will not also want to see the same outcome because it wasn't a very good one for us. It wasn't a very good one. Looking at what should be the relationship between the legislature and the executive, and because of the way and manner the leadership emerged, giving opportunity to opposition party to pick a plumb position of the second presiding officer in the red chamber, I think that any genuine party APC member should be worried that we're doing the same path that brought us to where we were, you know, led to where I ended up in the 8th Assembly.
What would you have had the party do? Because some people say that it is in the party's interest that, I remember speaking with the APC national chairman on a different program, and he said that the party actively went out to campaign for all of its, you know, all of its candidates. That in most instances they told the electorate, vote for the APC from top to bottom, whatever it is, whatever election it is, just vote the APC.
You mean the election of the National Assembly now?
The National Assembly.
Oh yes.
That they went out actively to campaign. And,
that was in the 8th Assembly?
No,
now?
Now, I mean,
okay.
For the 2019 general elections.
Oh, fine, general election, yes.
And they believe that after they have done that, the party shouldn't just go, you know, pack its bags and go and sit down and let members do whatever it is that they want to do. They believe that they have a role to play in determining who eventually will emerge, you know, and guide, so to speak, what they would like to see, or what outcomes they would like to see in terms of leadership positions that eventually accrue to the party. Do you agree with the party?
I agree with that. I agree with that completely. But I will tell you, and a ruling party and a progressive party like APC should take such position or such stance. But in doing that, I will also expect that the party should also look at national interest. We should also expect that the party should look at social justice. We should also expect that a progressive party like APC, in taking such position or decision as to who gets what, when, and how, should also consider political stability and harmony in the body politics. Now, we are looking at a situation where we have 6 geopolitical zones, and we're looking at 6 plumb positions. The president is in the northwest. The vice president is in the southwest. Now, you have 4 other geopolitical zones not yet represented, and you have 4 plumb positions to go around, party positions to go around. We are only asking or expecting, naturally, that the party should find a way to strike a balance. Like I said, I don't expect the party to just cross their legs and fold their hands and allow, you know, the members of the National Assembly, the 2 chambers, to go in there and slug it out. The president will want to function with, will also want to work with a friendly leadership in National Assembly, naturally. But in taking such position, like I said, and I want to repeat, that not only the party position or ego of some party leaders shouldn't just be what should be up here, what we should be looking at. I want to repeat that national interest should be looked at. Social justice should also be considered. And I'm afraid that if we continue and end up the way we are going, none of these factors would have been considered at the end of the day.
Okay, so I also remember speaking, I'll come to you shortly, Honorable Ibrahim, but I recall speaking with Honorable James Faleke when we were talking about, you know, your emergence as Speaker, well, your emergence, yeah, zoning it to the southeast, so to speak, especially in the light of the gentleman who was campaigning, or campaigning for you, or campaigning on your behalf, or should I say lobbying now on your behalf. He was saying that first and foremost, a number of things to be considered. That first and foremost, you have to look at the numbers. That does your own area, does your own zone have the numbers, for instance, to bring to the table? And he was also talking about years of experience as well in the House of Representatives. How important do you think those things are?
But let me say this, and I want to say it very clearly. In I watched that program, and I know the discussion that is going on in the country about the numbers, especially in the southeast, and how well we didn't perform in the last two elections. The first election in 2015 that brought the President Muhammadu Buhari into office, and of course the 2019 election that we just held. Let me give you some statistics. Maybe that may help those who are supporting the non-inclusion of Southeast in the leadership of this country as in regards to the APC to understand. In 2015, when we had the elections, the President had just about 197,000 votes in the whole of the Southeast. And now in that same election, the PDP presidential candidate or president candidate had to score about 2.4 million votes. Now, prior to that election, everybody here in this country would agree with me that Southeast generally is PDP dominated. But at the formation of APC, a splinter group of the ABGA, led by Governor Rochas Okorocha, decided to join forces with the other parties from the north and then the southwest to form what is today APC. And I recall that I was a commissioner serving under him then at the time. So I was a founding member of the APC. And I recall that what we told our people is that APC is a national party that will carry everybody along, including the Southeast. And we tried our best in that election in 2015 to sell the party manifesto to our people. Now, what was the result? 197,000 votes for the president, and the president did not score up to 25% constitutional requirement in any of the 5 states. Now, and we could only win only 2 federal seats. That is my seat and that of Idaho North and South, Austin Chukwukere, member representing. And we couldn't win any senatorial seat. Now, 4 years down the line, I didn't see any conscious, deliberate effort by the national party and national government to give that geopolitical zone any sense of belonging, to say that APC, okay, 4 years after, we could, the geopolitical zone should embrace the party a lot more. There was no conscious effort. There was no conscious, gesture extended to the Southeast. But the men and women supporters of APC in the Southeast did a lot better, worked a lot harder. And I'll give you the outcome. From 2 federal seats, today we have 4 in the Southeast. And from no senatorial election won in the first election in 2015, today we have 3 senatorial election seats, 1 in the Southeast. From 197,000 votes the president scored in 2015 to 404,000 votes in 2019. Now, the same PDP that had 2.4 million votes in Southeast in 2015 could only struggle to get 1.5 million votes. And I tell you that didn't come without some effort, some conscious effort and deliberate attempt by the APC members of the Southeast to match the PDP in that subzone. The president that had never scored up to 25% in any state in the Southeast, in the last attempts he made up until 2015, was able to meet 25% in 3 states in the Southeast, namely Imo, Abia, and Ebonyi. And we are saying that if the supporters of the APC in the Southeast were able to, against all odds, swimming against the tide, come up to this point of improving on the fortunes of the party within 4 years, without any deliberate attempt to lure that out, that party, that subzone ought to be compensated. Out of the 6 clear positions that we know, out of the 6 positions of the president, vice president, senate president, Speaker, Deputy Senate President, and Deputy Speaker, it will be unfair for that subzone not to get at least one of those positions. It's not about Chikoka for wanting to or running for the position of Speakership of the House of Representatives, the United Assembly. It's about a people, the destiny of a people in a party. And now the perception we had, or people had before now, is that APC does not love the Igbo man.
Honorable Ibrahim, how do you respond to that, considering the manner in which your party has zoned the speakership?
To me, I look at it in a different way and in a different manner, because I keep asking myself if in this country we always talk about zoning. Yes, zoning is good, but the key thing we should be looking at is number one, competency, capability, capacity, and the tenacity. Yes, of course, everybody is capable in the chamber or in the House of Representatives. Honorable Okafo is competent, he has the experience. But to me, if we're talking about holding a position, I keep telling people, if you are traveling out of this country with a Nigerian passport, nobody will address you as Hausa, Igbo, or Yoruba. They will simply address you as a Nigerian. And in a normal democratic setting, it's not even a problem. People can contest from the same local government for the same positions. Like, for example, now, the speaker, the deputy speaker can come all from Kano in a normal democratic setting, because that is democracy for you. It gives people the opportunity, it gives people the chance. As long as you are qualified, you have the credentials to vie for that office. So to me, when we are talking about I'm coming from this zone, or I come from this zone, to me, we need to change these narratives. If we sit down now as 360 members, the APC has about 220-something members. If the APC as a party says, okay, we have zoned it to Southwest, we have given it to Femi, what I expect all of us to come back and sit down and analyze Honorable Femi Bajabiamila. Look at his capacity, look at his capabilities, look at his can-do spirit, his can-do ability, to see if truly he's qualified. But to me, if we sit down, examine him, and we feel he's not capable, he doesn't have the capacity, then we'll begin to tell the party that, look, the person you present before us, we don't think he has the capacity to lead us.
There are members who are worried about what the independence of the National Assembly is going to look like. Now that your party has, yes, they say, the party says, and rightly so too, that they would like to have a smoother working relationship with the executive and the legislature so that they can deliver on their manifesto. However, the National Assembly exists to also be a check and balance of some sort, or to the executive arm of government. There are three arms of government for a reason. And there are those who say, what about the independence of the National Assembly? If the executive arm is too friendly with the legislature, do you think that, things are going to run smoothly? And does the person whom the party has chosen now, can he stand to be, the independent voice, so to speak, of the legislature when the need arises?
Yes, definitely. Let me quote from what the president said when we had the dinner. The president said, in the last 4 years, I had a nasty experience. The budget was presented before the National Assembly in some of the years. It spent 7 months without the National Assembly passing it. And the national chairman also met. He said, the president has made so many, sent so many confirmation lists of nominees for confirmations, which were never confirmed. So all this is basically on the issue of relationship. So I believe if the party has chosen somebody, which they think that person will definitely promote a good and mutual relationship between the legislature and executive. In the last 8 years, we all know how the relationship was in both chambers with the executive arm. I was in the executive arm, and that's why the president was saying he had a nasty experience. And still making the points, like in the both houses, the people that the party recommended were the leaders. Ahmed Law was the Senate leader, Honorable Femi Bajabiamila is the House leader. So when we lost the Senate President and the Speaker, it was only left for these leaders to accommodate the members, to carry the members of APC. even to the point that there was some gale of defections. People were defecting out of the party. At that time, these two gentlemen were the ones that were going up and down, maintaining and making sure that the defections were reduced. And like in the House of Representatives, in the 8th Assembly, we didn't lose so many members. Even in the Senate, about 16 members decamped. But as I'm talking to you, only one of them returned. Like in my state, Kano, 10 members defected. Only none of them returned. Because the people believe so much in President Muhammadu Buhari. They believe so much in APC. And they believe whatever decision the president and the party will do, they will not make a mistake. Like where I'm coming from, definitely most of the members in the northern Nigeria a contested election. But mind you, they were voted as the instance of Mr. President. Because when Mr. President was going around to campaign, he was saying, you should vote for APC from top to bottom, bottom to top. And that's what most of the people. In Kano, we have 24 members. All the 24 members are APC because they believe in the ideals of this administration.